You know, sometimes they say that you should try to find the positive in everything, and there are just some things it's too hard to find the positive in. But I will tell you one thing. I have a very difficult family meeting coming up when I get back home from the motel. And I have to explain to my children that I'm not kidding. The doctors didn't exactly say that I was dying, because the way it was put, he came in and he said, I don't want to stand here and give you false hope. I wish I could. I wish I could give you good news. But I can't. I don't want to give you good news and have you be very disappointed. And I looked at him and I said, I'm not stupid. I know what a thrombosis can do. I can die any day, at any moment. Am I right? And he said, yeah. I said, am I dying? And his response is, no, not as long as you're on that heparin. The heparin was the IV that they were giving me. So a day or two later, they come in and they say, because they were taking blood, see, every 6 hours, and they come in and they say, we can't keep you on the heparin forever, and you got another blood clot. We don't know why this is happening, but we're going to be putting you on very expensive medication. They helped me to be able to get that starter pack is free, and then another month for $10 when it's normally with insurance, like I can't remember, it was way over $100 without even more. But they got me to make a phone call to be able to get put on a program that for as long as I have insurance, I can get it for $10. But my insurance runs out in March. But I'm going to have to try to get a hold of Parkland Plus and blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. Here's the way it was given to me, okay? The medication is a blood thinner. And because I'm taking a blood thinner, I can bleed to death. I am like a delicate flower. If I bruise, I can bleed to death internally. That's why when the vampires did their work this time, see? The thing is they had me on this and they had me on a statin, which I told him I've had problems with statins before. He said, what was it? And I couldn't remember. And he said, well, you know, I said, I didn't feel good. Well, people don't feel, I'm like, but no. When I say I'm having problems, but I couldn't describe it. I had an allergic reaction, ended up going back to the hospital where I got another cut here because they had to put steroids and Benadryl in me because it was going to my throat. And when they took that out, they put a bandage on it, it bled through the bandage. They wanted me to take steroids for 5 days. I'm not doing it. These 5 days, this week is going to be a very busy week for me. Okay? And the last time I was on steroids, it was a horrifying experience. Okay? I couldn't think right. My brain was slowing down. My son would try to talk to me. I'd go like that and say, I can't. This is overwhelming. I can't handle it. I was like a rat terrier. I had all these side effects that were very dramatic. And to make things worse, I was on it for 5 days. The effects of the steroids lasted 10 days. And when the effects of steroids wore off, my edema came back with a vengeance and I ended up in ICU. Now, he's not sure if the statin he took me off is what caused it or these. Now, he didn't think it's these, but I read up. It's not common, it's rare, but it happens. And if I go on steroids and it suppresses it, and I'm allergic to this, and I get on steroids, the reaction of this, I don't even want to think about. So I'm making a decision for myself. But here's the reality of the situation. A blood clot at any moment could kill me. And the cure, the blood thinners, if I get cut, I could bleed to death. If I fall and get bruised, I could have internal bleeding and bleed to death. But it's the best they can do. And I have to explain this to my family. And I'm not supposed to be in a stressful situation because that could trigger a blood clot. But what the good news is when I'm eating, I realize this might be the last bite of food that I eat. And so I'm going to enjoy it. And each day may be my last day. So I'm going to enjoy it. And I see life a little bit differently now. I went to Rose's Cafe the other day, a Mexican restaurant, and I seen how colorful each chair, each table, each decoration was on the wall. And I enjoyed it. It was so beautiful. Sometimes maybe it takes the threat of knowing any moment could be your last to make you really enjoy what you got.